Well, I think I have a better understanding and a slightly simplistic way of realizing, but not realizing for the first time, but realizing or remembering why the realization of why these two-in-one chargers, they seem to malfunction where both things are charged at the same time. If two USB recharging devices are plugged in trying to draw power, well, naturally, the power doesn't work properly because the simplest realization that most people forget about is that both ports, 5-volt output and 5-volt output carrying 50 watts, are basically being reduced because both ports, when they're both plugged in at the same time, obviously, like the most simplistic reason, are drawing off one circuit board. So the manufacturer either realizes it or doesn't realize it by a common mistake for a decade now of printing these things too quickly and not realizing it. The simplest solution for these things is really simple. 3 cents on 3 capacitors, 2 cents on ferrite, 2 cents, a penny for ferrite core, and a penny for ferrite core, the actual magnetic ferrite core being probably that cheap in the bulk, and 1, 2, 3 cents on basically capacitors, and probably literally 5 US cents on basically the circuit board without the surface mount regulators. The 2 surface mount regulators are probably 10 cents per piece at bulk. So probably for literally 50 cents, the manufacturer would do itself well to print the same circuit twice because it already probably prints the circuit as printed here. So the manufacturer would have to order twice as many circuit boards that are already printed and just modify the output to only have one output on one circuit board. So half the circuit boards will be USB-C the way they exist now completely, and half the circuit boards will be USB-A the way they exist now completely, and none of the circuit boards would have double functions. All the circuit boards would be converted to one function or the other half the time. Out of 100 units, likewise, out of redundancy, I'll say it anyway. Out of 100 units, as an example, I have a ratio, 50 of them will be USB-C and only one port. Another 50 units would be USB-A, the larger rectangular output port. And that would separate the difference of conflicts of power regulation where both devices plugged into the wrong way, broken way, create impedance of electrical loss of signal. So likewise, it must be simplistic if the manufacturer sticks to half those circuits being one output only and the other half of those circuits only being one output and just using 2 individual circuits. Basically as a piggyback sandwich of one circuit board for one output type and one circuit board for the other output type, and it would still function as 2 individual circuits. Because if it's doing basically wall input of 120 volts and basically 1500 watts input, it's still doing a step-down transformer from wrapping the coils as a step-down transformer to safely deliver 5 volts and 50 watts of recharge a phone as 2 individual boards. Because each individual board can still be powered from the wall outlet safely and being dampered to be safe. Because the wall outlet is so literally G and Mn powerful, they could probably power 1,000 of the goddamn boards properly from one wall outlet. Well, likewise, 2 circuit boards can individually exist to allow normal operation of full power double charging inside of one basically physical enclosure and still operate unhinged and have the normal efficiency for very similar market prices, whether they're high or low according to consumer needs or wants. Because a penny used is a penny done efficiently, not twice as fast and half efficient. So they would probably want to utilize 2 circuit boards and not overlook basically efficiency as a gift to consumers mentally and spiritually to use it and enjoy it.